We're going to explore different ways you can access single herb categories in TCM Weaver. So whether you're a student who has to learn and memorize all of these lists of herbs in a category, or you're a pro just doing a deep dive into categories, hopefully this will help you find the information you need. All of the single herbs in TCM Weaver are categorized by the subchapter headings in the 3rd edition of Materia Medica. So the first way to start is by simply using keywords. I don't know about you, but sometimes I can't remember all of the specific words in a title. So you can just type in, without quotes, something like herbs toxicity, come down to filters, go to layers, select details, and here we go. Here's our category, herbs that clear heat and resolve toxicity. We've got a nice long list of herbs here. So what we then can do is head over to graph mode. Let's just wander this open. Here are all of our lovely single herbs. Come back to the list mode, and they are now open to the side. Remember, if you're taking this approach, and let's clear this out, this is the way to quickly clear. You just hit TCM Weaver and it clears your search out. Not all of our herbs are called herbs. Some of them are substances. So let's try our approach again. We'll go down, hit details, and here are our aromatic substances that open the orifices. Now, if you want, this is a much shorter list. You can open them up by just clicking on the name on the list, or you can head back over. And it's okay that these are already open. Just wander open the rest of the category. Come on back. And now our herbs are all open to the side. So that's one way, using keywords. What if you want to know a category that an herb is in, but you just can't quite remember what it is? Using quotes, type in your herb, go down and filter, and select herb. Here you go. Your herb comes up. Here's the herb category. Once again, highlight that. It brings the list all the way up to the right. Now we can come over. If we want to look at all of the herbs in that list at once, go to wander mode, come back into text view. And the neat thing that you can do is grab this first herb and just switch places. So now all of the herbs in the category are open to the right. Now, as I mentioned, we have classified these by these sub-chapter headings. So if you want to take a whole chapter to compare, let's say herbs that release the exterior. If you want to look at both of them, let's start by putting keywords, warm herbs, release exterior, come down to filters, under layers, hit details. Here's our warm acrid herbs that release the exterior. Open that up. And now I want to compare it to the cool acrid herbs. I've got to memorize both lists. And here now we have our cool acrid herbs. It was kind of nice. We didn't even have to go back and refilter. It saved that filter. So here we've got both of our lists. You can look at them both here. You can pull one or two out to the side if you'd like. Or the other thing that's kind of cool that happens here, when you go into graph mode and wander them open, I'm going to put this off to the side. You'll see they're warm and cool, so they're two separate graphs here. But when you come back into the list view, here's our list of warm acrid herbs, and then it puts all of the warm acrid herbs to the side. It lists all of those. Oh, I went too far. And then here are the cool acrid herbs. Here's that list, and all of those then are to the side of that. So you have your list of all of the herbs, and you can look at them either in list mode or open them up and compare them in graph mode. Now you may be saying, that's all great, everything's in graph mode, or it's in the workplace. I really would like to have a list of herbs on the sidebar. Great. This is how we can help you. We're going to go back to using the keywords, and let's look at release the exterior again. But this time we'll just put herbs, release exterior. We're going to come down and filter. Just for herbs, let's take out the Pauser, double click that so it's not as big of a list. You have to pay a little more attention when you take this approach. It works and does even better because it's pulling up herbs that have these keywords in it. There are actually 30 herbs in the herbs that release the exterior chapter. So when you look at the list, you'll notice, since we put in the keywords for the chapter, that the chapter is coming up first. So as you move down the list, here are all of your herbs, but you will find that there are some, like Du Huo, that's from a different chapter, but you've got the chapter right there, so it's easy to spot. Here we have Dong Shen, herbs that tonify qi. You need to be careful about two things. It'd be really easy to just exit out, but first I want to show you what's happening with Du Huo. Just to be careful of. Du Huo, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you will see it's a Dui Yao with Chang Huo, which is in this category. If you were to X out Du Huo, since it's connected to Chang Huo, it would take it out as well. So you don't want to just go and say, oh, well, that's not in the category, I'm going to get rid of that list to narrow it down. This is an important herb related to the category. But if we come down to Dong Shen, let's pull this out. It's from the herbs that tonify qi category. And see, it's used with release exterior herbs. But when you look at the Dui Yao, it's a Dui Yao with Huang Qi. And that's in the tonified qi. So this is an herb, although it's related to the category, it's used with them. Maybe this isn't an important one for you to keep on the list. So this one you could safely cross out, and it's not going to affect the overall results. So there are a lot of different ways you can find the single herb categories within TCM Weaver. I hope this helps.